In the fragile hush between cherry blossoms and gathering storm clouds, one girl's gentle wish for connection collides with the brutal machinery of duty and hidden violence. Episode 7 is a masterwork of quiet yearning wrapped in rising dread, a love letter to chosen protection that slowly reveals how easily even the gentlest bonds can be shattered. The episode feels like the first warm breath of spring followed by the sudden bite of evening frost. It drifts between tender domestic intimacy, playful banter, and the slow, creeping chill of political shadows. A delicate dance of emotional safety and looming peril that leaves your heart quietly aching. The episode opens in a sun-drenched memory that feels almost sacred. Young Nadeshiko, wide-eyed with wonder at her first spring, reaches for flowers while Rindo Azumi, her steadfast guard, kneels beside her. "You're my prince, right, Rindo?" she asks with innocent hope. His gentle correction, "Knight," and the soft promise that she is the most precious princess in the world, my autumn, establishes the emotional core of their entire relationship. A profound, protective devotion that blurs the line between duty, family, and something deeper. Cutting to the present, Nadeshiko, now fairy, the agent of autumn, revels in the season's arrival. Her childlike joy at simple things, cherry blossoms, matching flower names with Hinajuku of spring, paints her as a being of pure, fragile light. Rindo remains her constant shadow, playing the role of princely knight with practiced warmth while concealing layers of calculation and concern. Parallel threads weave through the episode with elegant precision. On one side, we see the quiet strength and lingering trauma of Hinajuku Keo and her guard Sakura Himadaka. Hinajuku's hesitant desire to meet the winter pair, Rosei and Ateko, is met with Sakura's fierce protectiveness. The subtext is devastating. 10 years after a traumatic kidnapping, both women carry scars that make any reunion feel like stepping onto thin ice. Meanwhile, Rindo's private conversation with his colleague Ateko reveals the sharpening tension beneath the surface. Insurgent attacks, suspicious intelligence leaks, and the weight of protecting an agent whose power is tied to emotional well-being create a constant undercurrent of anxiety. Rindo's insistence on increasing security for the spring pair, while keeping it secret, shows a man who carries the world's weight so Nadeshiko doesn't have to. The domestic scenes between Rindo and Nadeshiko are pure emotional sustenance. Her playful demands, "Don't forget about me, not even for a second," and his sincere replies, "I spend every second thinking only of you," carry a romantic tension that feels both wholesome and achingly intimate. Yet even here, subtle cracks appear. Rindo's awareness of codependency risks, the way he carefully manages her happiness like a gardener tending a rare flower. The episode crescendos in a shattering climax. As Nadeshiko waits patiently with apple tart dessert for her knight, danger strikes the autumn palace. The final moments, intruders closing in, Nadeshiko's vulnerable form, and the haunting echoes of their earlier promises, leave the heart in freefall. Nadeshiko, fairy, is portrayed with heartbreaking innocence. Her psychology revolves around the need for connection and emotional safety. The way she lights up at shared flower names or clings to Rindo reveals a girl starved for normalcy after a life defined by her divine role. Her vulnerability is not weakness, it is the source of her power and also her greatest risk. Rindo Azumi is a study in controlled devotion. He wears the mask of the perfect knight with effortless charm, but beneath lies a man acutely aware of threats, codependency, and the political games surrounding the agents. His growth is subtle, moving from performative sweetness to genuine, quietly desperate protectiveness. The way he balances her emotional needs with strategic caution shows profound maturity and hidden fear of failing her. Hinajuku and Sakura serve as powerful mirrors. Their shared trauma and protective bond echo Rindo and Nadeshiko's dynamic while adding layers of survivor's guilt and unresolved pain. At its heart, Episode 7 explores protection as both sanctuary and cage. The episode delicately examines how love expressed through guardianship can become codependent, especially when one person's entire existence is defined by service. It asks, can true intimacy exist when one must always stand between their beloved and the world? Recurring motifs of flowers, seasons, and names symbolize fragile beauty and the passage of time. The contrast between spring's arrival and the dusk of gathering threats creates powerful symbolic tension, renewal shadowed by encroaching darkness. The pacing is exquisite. Languid, sunlit moments of intimacy give way to terse, shadowed strategy talks, building towards sudden violence. The atmosphere feels tactile. You can almost smell the cherry blossoms and feel the chill of approaching night. Inferred visuals of soft golden light in the sunroom versus colder, clinical security rooms enhance the emotional rhythm. Silence is used masterfully, particularly in Nadeshiko's quiet waiting and the final attack sequence. The episode trusts the audience to feel the weight of unspoken fears. Here are the best scenes of this episode. 1. The opening memory, pure, aching tenderness as Rindo names proclaims Nadeshiko his autumn, the foundational emotional promise of the series. Point 2. Flower name conversation. Nadeshiko's innocent delight at matching with Hinajuku reveals her deep loneliness and longing for connection. Point 3. Rindo and Iteko's strategy talk. The shift from banter to grave concern humanizes Rindo's burdens. Point 4. The final attack. The sudden cut from domestic warmth to lethal danger is viscerally effective, making the audience feel the violation of their sanctuary. Episode 7 of Agents of the Four Seasons is a breathtakingly tender yet ominous chapter that deepens the series' exploration of love as protection. Through Nadeshiko and Rindo's bond, equal parts knightly duty, parental care, and quiet romance, the episode captures the beautiful fragility of chosen family in a world that refuses to let them exist peacefully. By the time the screen fades on Nadeshiko's peril and the echoing promises of eternal presence, you are left breathless. This is not just another episode about seasonal agents. It is a profound meditation on what it means to guard someone's heart when the world itself seems determined to break it. The dusk has fallen, and you will be counting every agonizing second until the next episode brings the dawn, and the answer to whether a knight can truly shield his princess from the gathering dark. An emotionally devastating triumph.